Welcome back to Overtime Heroics. I'm Mason Shatwell and I'm here again at Manchester Top Team and I'm joined by
Declan Fisher.
Declan. Talk to me, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. Just got my next fight confirmed, actually. It's not been announced yet officially, but I'm fighting Curtis Campbell for the UKFC belt. I think by the time this video was out, it probably would have been announced, to be honest. Should be today when they're putting it out there, so...
Well, I'm going to hopefully get this clicked after and be one of the first, apart from the promotion, to get it out there. But I want to go back to your last fight, FCC. How was that?
That was my first belt, my third fight in about 10 weeks. Debuted, got another fight probably about 2-3 weeks later, and then had maybe like a week or two out of the gym, come back in, and then got a title fight booked, and then smashed it, to be honest. Got a 42-second knockout.
Did a title fight add any more pressure to, I'm sure, the nerves you already had before the fight?
Don't get any nerves, to be honest. No, I don't. I always feel like the pressure helps me, to be honest. I feel the more pressure there is, the more focus I sort of get from the whole thing. Competed when I was a kid with wrestling and stuff, so I've always been around it and I've always been better on the day. So
I know, as I was telling you before, I had a fight. I didn't feel nerves, but I felt the pressure because I had friends and family there as well. Would you say it's not nerves, you just feel a bit of pressure because you've got people there watching you?
There's definitely emotions there. I always thought I was just like completely sort of not like emotionless sort of thing, but on the way home from the first fight, I remember it was just on the drive home and I felt like I was going green on the way home. I had to just get out of the car and get some fresh air and get some sugar. It was like a massive adrenaline dump. It must have been, that's all it could have been really. Which surprised me because like I say, I thought there was no emotions, and then to kind of get that big dump of just feeling weird, there was obviously some emotions there. So I don't know if I just deal with the emotions very well or like channel it into the right mindset, where some people that maybe get something too much, don't they, and they sort of let it break them, and you see people worrying before the fight and that, whereas I'm sort of just alive from it.
100%. You see people having 3-4 fights a year. Obviously you're going to have 3-4 fights in the space of
6 months.
Exactly, but obviously people usually have it's not an extensive, but a number of amateur fights. With you having 4 in 6 months, do you have any idea of when you want to go pro, or is that not on the books yet?
Obviously I don't want to stretch that way. I don't see the point really of maybe getting to see people getting 20 amateur fights, don't they?
Yeah.
Obviously you've got your exceptions, say like Mo Makayev, someone like that who's getting like 30 fights, that's doing tenfold, but I mean obviously everyone's on their own path in it, so I can't go and say, I'm going to go and have 20 odd fights and I'm going to go and win the IMAFs. And the IMAFs is something I do think about. I've come from a tournament format of wrestling. I'm used to competing multiple times on, I know it's not the same day of IMAFs, but same over the sort of weekend, which obviously a lot of people aren't used to. I know the wrestling style probably is good for the IMAFs because you don't really take much damage if you're like a kickboxer or something, or a Thai boxer, and you blasting kicks in and you catch someone's elbow in the first fight. How are you going to perform the next fight, the next fight, and the next fight? Whereas as a wrestler, in theory, you should sort of take less damage. So I don't know really. Soon, but not like this year or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
just because you've had 4 fights in, you've got the fights to back it up, but I'm sure you want to enjoy the training leading up to each fight, definitely. But I wanted to ask, because I've asked a couple of people now, when you guys are going all out and training, who pushes you the furthest?
I've just done a session with LaRoe, and then that's it. He's out in. He's fighting again UFC in about 4 weeks. So the pace when you're LaRoe is quick. But I always feel like, for me personally, I've always someone I kind of like. Well, actually, Carl corrects me. I've always said I rise to the level I'm competing at, but it's not that I am at that level. So maybe I may be lower to the level I'm competing or training with. So if I'm with someone who's a beginner, I can find myself sort of coming down to that pace and not being as sharp as on it. But when I'm with someone who's elite like LaRoe or some of the other guys like Cabrew or there's in this gym, you can't go. I'm not going to go start naming names because you're going to leave so many people out. There's too many people. The gym of lions, so everyone on the mat.
100%. With your fight coming up, weight-wise, do you usually have a pretty smooth making weight?
The first 2, to be honest, it was a bit too easy. So then when it comes to my title fight, I was like the worst cut I've ever had. I think on the Wading on the Friday. On like the Wednesday, Thursday, I was still like 71, 72. I really fucked up because I did 2 weight cuts so close. By the time it come to the third one, I'd had 2 weeks out of the gym. I'd have been eating a lot more because I dieted for so much. For the first 2, I kind of got a bit excited, ate a bit too much, wasn't in the gym. Then when it comes to doing the cut, when I did the first 2, it was like pretty mad how quick the weight actually came off me. It was like, even Carl said, it was like freakishly quick, sort of how easily I lost the weight. The third time, it didn't happen the same. The scale was just staying the same. So we got out and we was panicking a little bit. Well, I was panicking a little bit on the inside. I won't let anyone know that.
Yeah.
But on the I was worried I wasn't going to make the weight. So that was tough, that one. But still did it. Still went out, performed. So if anything, it should show me more if even when everything doesn't go to plan. It doesn't affect me. My head's still on it.
Definitely. I know everyone's going to be itching to go after a tough wrestling session, but do you have a message for anyone that's going to be supporting you for this upcoming fight?
Just everyone really. I mean, everyone obviously got all the typical people in your gym, my family and everyone like that. But even down to supporters, people when I come out to my fight, I mean, I've had a pretty big sort of fan base every time. But that last one, everything was perfect. All of my people was sat on the side of the room from where I walked out. My corner happened to also be on that side. So then when I was getting announced, all my fans and everyone was behind me on the video. It was like a picture perfect night. It really was. Went in. I was in Nate Diaz do some shit and then get back over. Can't remember what he says now, but yeah, that basically.
But yeah, basically, I know you're going to want to go home, so I just want to say thank you for your time and best of luck for your fight.